So I have a story to share. This is out of the U.S. Sun, Sun newspaper, the most reliable in journalism.
Yes. Still around, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just, recently found out there's a U.S. version. I just thought it was all the in England, but apparently there is the U.S. Sun. This is Ashley Palya writing for that publication. This is about Airbnb. Do you guys ever fuck with Airbnb?
Yes.
When I first moved to LA for the first week, I was sleeping in an Airbnb in South Central. It was a house that probably had 3 or 4 rooms. One of the Airbnbs was a couch in the living room. The other one was in a room that I was in that was definitely a child's room. There's a Minecraft poster on the wall.
Whoa.
And there's another one across the hall from me. And then one day I walked in and I saw this kid standing in the kitchen just looking at me weird. And I was like, I'm sleeping in this kid's damn room.
Oh, God. Oh,
Okay.
no.
But the moms or person booking the Airbnb seemed very happy that we were there. So
no.
I think we were paying a good amount of their rent. So it was
Yes.
probably good that I was sleeping in looking at his Minecraft poster while I was sadly jerking off my first week in LA.
Jesus.
I'm sorry you went through that, man.
It wasn't a bad story.
No, it was honest to the
Yeah, I'm glad you
Yeah.
read your review out loud for us.
true to the game. All right, Airbnbs. Not a fan. How do you
Overall, it's a terrible
Airbnb
thing.
versus hotel? I mean,
hotel
every
all
day
time.
long, dude.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, like,
The
Yeah.
Airbnb.
and I've stayed in some shitty hotels.
Oh yeah,
Where
yeah.
like there's horrifying things going outside.
Oh, yeah.
through the wall. There's some, but it beats Airbnb every time.
Yeah.
Airbnb is like if Uber made money.
Yeah.
because they started out really low priced and that's why people started using them
Yeah.
and then they jacked it up
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
to the point where it is as expensive as a hotel basically.
Oh, the hotels are cheaper now.
Yeah.
Way cheaper.
I don't want to go over to someoone's house. That's why this podcast is hard.
Dude, there are some comedy clubs where you're staying in an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's their room. You're in like someo's basement. Like,
God.
That's,
rather
that's
sleep
if
in
you're
my car.
lucky.
but I do like hotels because they just feel so fresh and so clean.
Oh
Yes,
my God.
yeah.
If you're in like a good one, but when I was on tour with Last Comic Standing, we were going around all these hotels or whatever, and a couple of the comics were like, "These hotel rooms aren't good." I'm like, "What are you talking about? This is these
Yeah.
are really good. These are good for me." But then they said, "No, the hotel should be better, should be cleaner, better than your own apartment. That's the rule." And I'm like, "Oh fuck,
What?
then I can stay anywhere." Like, the hotels- I was like, "There's no holes in the floor." Like, I'm like,
who are these comedians on this tour that
it was Dominique, who's amazing, but she's fucking a big star, and then
Yeah.
Ian Begg, who's just like,
Yeah.
they're big deals. I'm like, just like,
Yeah, yeah.
just like, there's a bed.
yeah.
I went on tour with this band, and we would like stay at people's houses and stuff.
Right.
And people were so nice to let us stay at their house and everything. But me and the rest of the band had a safe word when the house was just like unacceptable.
Yeah.
And that word was stromboli.
Stromboli.
And we walked into this one house, and this guy had like a snake around his and he was like playing video games. He's like, "Mi casa es su casa." We're all like, "Stromboli. It smells like Stromboli in here." Fucking Stromboli. We'd also stayed in a couple of shitty houses beforehand, which people were
God.
nice, but they were like punk houses.
right.
And people were nice to let us stay there. But we got into like one shitty Motel 6, and it was like heaven on earth. It was so nice. It was like a fucking shower where you're not like using someone's used towel. Like, it's perfect.
Yeah. Like, I'm not opposed to sleeping at an Airbnb, but at this point, because Airbnb has just decimated the real estate markets in so many cities, it is almost always cheaper to stay at a hotel that is nice, slightly outside of town versus like an Airbnb in like the center of the action. And I'm like, I'll take the damn hotel.
If you're gonna support the gig economy, just get an Uber downtown. Dog.
Right. Yeah, exactly. There's plenty of ways to do that. So,
When I was on my way to California, I ended up booking a motel room while I was driving because I didn't know where I was going to end up stopping.
yeah.
So it looked okay. It looked nicer than some of the other ones. I think it was like $32 or something ridiculous. the inside of it. You ever watch a true crime show from like the 70s where they show like a dead body in a hotel room and there's blood splattered all over the tiles? Imagine that color of like green and white pattern tiles.
Yeah.
It was like that. It was like, it looked like you could tell it had been a place where something terrible happened.
Right.
Maybe
recently.
Yeah. And then the window opened up to just a back lot that just nothing was there. Anything could be there, you know?
Jesus.
Then I watched some
CSI.
I think I watched. It was Crashing, the Pete Holmes show about a guy sleeping on a fucking Airbnb, jacking off to a Minecraft poster.
So they had HBO.
Yeah, I mean they always have it at those
Yeah.
shitty, sketchy hotels. That's
Well,
the
now they
selling
you can
point.
log into like your Netflix.
Oh yeah.
At hotels.
They have like
now.
Roku's there, and if you don't
I log into my own Netflix
Right,
there,
yeah.
what a deal.
and leave it on so some weirdo can watch a bunch
mean,
of strange nonsense.
I love staying in hotels because you can just be on your laptop.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's no other place you can do that.
Sure. I guess you could do it at an Airbnb, but
Yeah. Well, the Wi-Fi's maybe good.
McDonald's.
I just hate people who have like really specific requests for Airbnbs too. It's
Yes.
like traipse through the kitchen and don't look at to your left or your immediate right. Just dead focus to my little child's room and don't play with his toys. And then go to sleep. Go to sleep by 9:30 and wake up at 5 in the morning.
I'll play with his fucking
Yeah.
toys if I want to.
Yeah, clean up the Legos when you're done.
Clean up the Legos when you're done, and whatever you do, don't take a shit.
Well, so this week, Airbnb announced a planned update to its quote-unquote major disruptive events policy. So this update is set
Like when an earthquake happens or something.
So this is set to take effect on June 6th and provides cancellation and refund support for guests when issues like weather events, like if a hurricane comes through, you can cancel now, as opposed to before where you had to go to some panel and be like and argue with them. Essentially,
Yeah.
they're making it more easy in case there's a weather event or an earthquake, natural
Being like,
disaster.
I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
So a refund is probably in order.
Yeah. So they said, like, as an example, if a hurricane were to impact Florida during hurricane season and this led to a mandatory evacuation order, under the old policy, affected bookings for this destination would not be eligible for a refund. With this update, if these same circumstances happen, guests with affected booking will qualify for a refund. So that's it. Just a minor, like, hey, we're just updating this policy, right? Everything's normal.
hit us with the bad part.
But the timing of the announcement, which coincides with events such as Monday's solar eclipse, has many online conspirators claiming
God.
that something nefarious is happening.
Oh my god.
Dr. Naomi Wolf, a prominent conspiracy theorist on X, suggests to her more than 378,000 users that Airbnb's decision may have been influenced by inside information.
By aliens.
Quotes, Airbnb may have read in on a turbulent summer.
But why this is making them lose money though? I don't understand.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. If they had inside information that the government was going to shut down everybody and keep us inside all summer, then this doesn't actually work for Airbnb in their favor at all. So, Airbnb may have been read in on a turbulent summer, updating their extenuating circumstances policy and changing it to a major disruptive events policy.
Jesus.
So,
I need to get more followers so I can say stupid stuff.
It's like a chicken and the egg thing. It's like, do you say
Yeah.
more stupid shit to get more
Yes,
followers?
I
or
think you do.
Yeah.
she added government restrictions on travel as a situation in which you get a refund, which condition is unconstitutional to start with.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to get a refund if they do something unconstitutional, just if it's an earthquake or demons.
I think that the eclipse already melted a bunch of like red pilled QAnon people's brains. And so like they're going alphabetically. It's like, A, Airbnb. Something's wrong with Airbnb. Like they're just like going down lists of businesses that have been affected by the eclipse.
Did
great.
you see that image of the Google searches where as the eclipse was going on, more and more people Google searched "my eyes hurt"? Like it was like a perfect little mountain of like as the eclipse was going, more and more people were like,
Yeah, people
hey,
Trump-
my eyes fucking hurt,
People
bro."
trumped hard yesterday, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know a guy that for the week before the eclipse started posting that he knew that the government was going to fire a missile into the eclipse, which I don't even know what that means.
Wait, that's a Mr. Show sketch.
Thank you very much. We have an announcement to make. On July 4th of this year, America will blow up the moon.
We have the technology. The time is now. Science can wait no longer. Children are our future. America can, should, must, and will blow up the moon.
Yes, and we'll be doing it during a full moon, so we make sure we get it all.
And then, and that he knew the power grid was going to go down. And then he started posting videos of him showing off weapons and guns and like backpacks. And he's like, yeah, when it goes down, I'm going to go hit all the pharmacies and grocery stores first when the power goes out. And then nothing happened. And he kind of just never mentioned any of that stuff again.
So others made similar claims by arguing that Airbnb had become aware of upcoming utility outages or government travel restrictions. One person seemed to link the update to doomsday prepping, writing, quote, anyone who isn't prepping for a year's worth of self-sufficiency to the degree that they are able is not paying attention.
Or they're poor.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, you want me to have a year's worth of supplies?
Right. Also, I love that it's like, yes, Airbnb is the one that cued you into this.
Yeah, they're the one with the info.
Yeah. QAnon supporters also got in on the hype. Ex-user @SteelDaddy wrote, quote, maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist idiot, but this seems like very specific wording in Airbnb's new major disruptive events policy. If I were a betting man, I'd venture that government will impose travel restrictions on a large scale or a utility outage this summer.
Dude, the fact that the zone of totality went straight through Joe Rogan land.
I know, right?
So many people's brains got broke yesterday.
One user even went as far to suggest that the policy change was satanic, given that the date that it goes into effect is 6/6.
Oh, God.
24, which is not
4 plus 2 is 6.
Yeah.
4 plus 2 is 6. There it is.
That's what they think. By adding the 2 digits in the year, the user proclaimed the date would be 666.
What about the rest of the year?
Yeah. So 2,666.
Yeah. Be 6668, I guess.
Yeah.
So the Daily Dot emailed Airbnb to ask about the policy change.
my God.
I love that the Daily Dot actually took time to be like, so is this the devil? And
Be honest.
you can't lie. If you're the devil, you got to tell me. Yeah.
That is so funny. Dude, you got to do that on stage. That's so funny.
So they were asking about the policy change, and they were directed to a blog post on the website. If Airbnb were aware of something nefarious, its policy doesn't make much sense since it's expanding the ability for users to get refunds, not restricting it, meaning that if something were to happen, the company would lose out tremendously. To your original point, it's like, yes, this doesn't benefit them in any way. If they're,
That's how they pull the fucking veil over your eyes.
yeah.
They're like, this doesn't harm you in any way. Wait, backstab, ice pick to your neck.
No, it's a pitchfork. Because they're the devil.
Oh, okay, true.
Yeah, I just love that. I was like, yeah. It was funny because all these people were posting screenshots from their own email, and I'm like, so you're all part of Airbnb. You're just noticing one thing, and it's like, all right, let's go bake this. So why not?
We got to be real bored. You know, when you check your emails and all you're getting is spam messages from Airbnb, and it says we've updated your terms of service,
right?
And you're so crazy that you're actually like, well, I better read the terms of service.
Every Airbnb customer who commented on this updated service needs to be flagged because do you want this person staying in your fucking house?
Right, yeah.
They're definitely the people who bring the equipment to go search for cameras and bugs in the wall.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
glad that you won't let me cancel because of dark side and evil devil stuff.
Dude, you guys, whenever you go into a room, do you assume that there's a listening device? Like if you're at someone's house, do you guys do that?
I probably should.
I just walk in.
I do.
You know, it's probably safe to assume.
Yeah.
I just walk in.
something.
If there's a phone, if someone has a phone on them,
But
then yes.
if I'm at someone's house and they leave for a second, I don't go, oh God, it smells in here. You know what I mean? I go, oh wow, what a lovely house.
That's why you need Stromboli. You need a code word.
Yeah,
So
Stromboli,
exactly. There
dude.
you go.
If you're ever in somebody's house like that and you're alone, just go, Alexa, play Gucci Mane and see what happens.
Oh my God. I do Alexa Volume 9, and then I go, Alexa, play the Pokemon theme song.
Oh,
I
that's a
used to,
good one.
when we were on Zoom, I would do that when we were doing Zoom shows.
Yeah.
So people who are watching, all of a sudden they're running to their kitchen blaring the Pokemon song.
That is awesome.
I miss Zoom.
It's probably happening now somewhere.
Yeah.
So.
Yo, you're right. 'Cause
Yeah.
oh God, if they're listening to it.
Yeah,
if they're blasting it in their house while they're cleaning their kitchen or whatever.
yeah.
Alexa, Volume 9.
porn.
Will it just starts?
There we go.
Is that how Alexa works?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the video it took from you earlier.
You got Rivers
back.
put one
Yeah,
of the
these
spy
perverts
bugs.
listen to this podcast.
Rivers put a spy bug in his living room.
It was
for a
free.
while. Yeah, that's no shit. It was free.
Yeah.
There's
That's
a spy bug in the living
Yeah,
room?
Google Home.
your jaw just dropped over how crazy that is that he willingly put this free listening device in his home.
It's just so I can go, hey, Google, play Steely Dan while I wash dishes.
And they could
Oh,
hear-
that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like a little.
Yeah, you know, sure. They hear my every
harmless.
thought. And they try to sell me things. It's okay.
I got my dad one year for his birthday. I got him an Alexa, and he was like, no, thank you.
I love your dad. I fucking
Yeah.
love him.
He was like, I appreciate that you spent money on this.
There is a certain like old school mentality that is
Yes.
just 100% correct.
Yeah, no,
You
he was
know,
right. I mean,
it's-
and it was a thoughtless gift. I was just like, what's a technological device I could get for my parent whose birthday
Yeah.
it is?
He's like Googled good gifts for old man.
That's pretty much what
Young man budget.
young man budget for 65-year-old man birthday gift.
No, I just, I like it. I like listening to music while I cook. So
Yeah, and you
it's
like
free.
fucking the fascist government listening
I
to
love
our
it.
conversations
It's not-
downstairs.
It's just an evil corporation. It's
Yeah.
not the government yet.
That's what they want you to think.
I think if
When
you've
they
ever lived,
launch a fucking missile into the eclipse, you'll be thinking different.
I think if you've ever lived in an apartment, you're okay with the notion of being listened to
Yeah, yeah.
because
that's
you're
true.
being heard through the walls and shit.
Right.
Can we just not upset the conspiracy people on my podcast episode? Because I don't want them doxing me. If it,
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, yeah,
I got
no.
the
I think
full,
we're
kidding.
if anyone wants, I got the full docs. Hit me up. $300.
Oh my gosh.